Hey there everyone, happy Thursday. King 5 Meteorologist Adam Claibon here with you as we get ready to head into Thursday night and bring in a bit more of that rain. Now, a lot more of it is on the way for the first half of the day on Friday, which is looking to be a soaker. Second half of the day, we're drying out and we should see more of that dry weather into the weekend. So if you have been tired of having to deal with the rain on a daily basis, might get to see some sunshine here Saturday and Sunday. But for the time being, we do still have flooding concerns, so let's go ahead and recap that. Flood watch is out until 5 o'clock tomorrow evening, and that's for all the counties that you see shaded there in darker green for Mason County, King County, through Snohomish, Skagit, as well as into Whatcom County. Now, we also have a couple of flood warnings that are out there for us. Now, these are actually fewer than what we had yesterday, although we do expect maybe to see a bit more with that next round of rain coming in early tomorrow. But for right now and into the night, moderate flooding around the Snoqualmie River near Carnation, as well as the Snohomish River at Snohomish. And that's going to be just about it for us for the time being. Now, rainfall here for the month of March. Boy, it's been impressive. We have seen amounts between about 3, 4, even as high as 6.5 inches of rain so far here for the month, and even some higher totals in some other locations. And you can see what the departure from normal is, above by 2, even 3 inches of where we should normally be for this time of the month of March. Now, you do factor in that we could still have a few more days to go. We can even see a bit more of that and see that number go up, although looks like the pattern is going to be a bit drier as we go through the weekend and into next work week. And when we look at it at a yearly basis here since January 1st, you can see that our numbers are well above normal. There in Bellingham, over 3 inches of where we should normally be for this time of the year, while out of the airport at SEA and Olympia, coming in just a little below normal, but we've seen some rain today and are still expected to see some rain here as we go throughout the next couple of days. So we'll start to get closer to those normals here, I'm sure, with that. And with that being the case, too, check out Hoquiam coming in over an inch of rain today. Less this today than what we saw yesterday up around Bellingham. Only a quarter of an inch. You can see farther south around about a half an inch up to 3/4 of an inch around Shelton. So areas farther south definitely picked up a bit more, and as we go into the day for tomorrow, more of that is on the way. We'll get done with that. We'll head into the weekend, dry out a bit more, seeing some, I would say a sprinkle or two out there, but generally we're talking about drier conditions into your Saturday and your Sunday. Even Monday too, mostly is looking like a dry day until we head into the evening closer to sunset when that next system arrives, with the increasing rain throughout the day on Tuesday and seeing more showers for Wednesday, maybe a few of them around heading into Thursday. Hopefully we can get a lot of them out of there as we get ready to start the MLB season. Mariners, let's go. Next Thursday, baseball will be back. Paulsbo, cloudy skies, gloomy, and a sprinkle or two here into the first part of your Thursday evening. Port Angeles, kind of a similar story for us too, as we look up that way around Clallam County. Here in Seattle, we sit at 52 degrees, and we have some of those showers that are moving on through. Do expect again throughout the night that we are going to have a slightly better chance of seeing more of that rain in the forecast, and we'll see quite a bit more of it by the time you head into your morning commute. If you're out towards the Olympic Peninsula, it will be a bit earlier for you. But you can see temperatures not really going to be budging a whole lot, maybe even going up a degree or two as we head on into the night. Here's radar. You can see some of those showers moving across parts of, generally, I would say more of central and south sound. Not really seeing too much as you head farther to the north. Rain shadowing really blocking a lot of that. But here we are. You can see from about I-90 and southward, that's where you have the majority of the rain that's falling here into Thursday evening. And then as you head farther north, a lot more of this is near the Canadian border, or either off into British Columbia. That's where you're going to keep a lot of it here into the first few hours of the night. Big picture is, though, we got this next surge of moisture that's going to be coming our way. This is going to be a pretty heavy band of rain, and that round is going to be making its way in by early tomorrow morning. So speaking of that, let's first talk about the winds, because that's going to be bringing in some gusty conditions from time to time. Doesn't look like it's going to be anything over the top or anything major with our winds, but you can see as we head on into the night, we'll start to see some of those gusts up around 20 to 25 miles per hour tomorrow morning, seeing some of the same too as that pushes on by. And we'll keep that around into maybe more of the mid to latter part of the afternoon. By tomorrow night at 8 p.m., we're seeing those winds beginning to relax, and we'll see less of the wind as we head on throughout the nighttime hours into early Saturday. So again, there will be some breezy conditions, but not really expecting that to be overly windy at all. And then looking at some of the rain that's coming through tonight, kind of the same spots near and south of Interstate 90 is where we have the best chances of seeing more of that steady and heavier rain. North of there, things will be fairly dry, just a few showers here and there until we head on into early tomorrow morning. And that's when you can see that next surge really begin to fill on in. And once we head on into that morning commute, we're seeing much more of that rain. The back edge of that will be right around 1 to 2 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. At that point, too, you're seeing just a little of that blue beginning to pop up there across the northeastern slopes of the Cascades. Now, there's not going to be a lot of snow out of that. We're still talking about generally 6 to maybe even 5,000 feet. Maybe it starts to come down closer to that, but that will be on the eastern slopes, and we're not really too concerned about that impacting the passes. So Stevens Pass will still stay in the form of rain if you have to drive across there. Snoqualmie Pass for sure, and down towards White Passes, where you're just going to be too far south from where the cooler air will be. And when a lot of the moisture heads out, well, that's when the colder air will finally begin to settle on in, and those snow levels will come down quite considerably as we head on into that point and through the weekend, with, again, the weekend maybe featuring a shower or two, convergence zone activity around more of King County, southern Snohomish County. That might help to keep things a little more wet than outside of there. You can see outside of there, not only are we seeing drying conditions and really maybe even completely dry conditions, but maybe even a little more sunshine with very little in terms of cloud coverage, especially across southwestern parts of the state. Sunday, too, we had to keep an eye out for that as well as we keep this pretty active period going on. It's not going to be overly wet, but it is going to help to maybe put down a few showers here in the lowlands, maybe even a few snowflakes up across the mountains. Now, looking at that, you can see here into the weekend, we're expecting to get a little more rain here into the forecast for us, anywhere between about a half an inch to an inch, to maybe even as high as 1.5 inches yet ahead for us. So we showed you some of those totals earlier and how far we were below where we should normally be for this time of the year since January 1st. Looks like if we get some of these totals that you're seeing right now, we'll be right back up to those normals, and we'll be doing pretty good in terms of water here across the area. We just needed a little more up into the mountains in there to stay there, and hopefully we'll get a lot more of that to come. Of course, even though winter will be officially done, it looks like spring is still going to keep things pretty active. As you can see right here, we do have that snow level dropping as we head on into early Saturday morning, all the way down to 2,000 feet. And we'll keep them relatively low as we head on into, looks like, more of the start of next work week as well. Just Tuesday kind of pops up a little bit with this system that'll be coming on by. As you look at Futurecast, you can kind of see that moving on through the region. This Sunday, seeing a few showers around, and then Monday, mainly a dry day until the evening, 10:30 o'clock. You can see rain coming in from the west. We start to see things pick up a bit more there. Kind of a spike in those snow levels, and then we start to drop them back, and that'll help to produce a bit more of that snow for areas across the mountains and our resorts as we head later on into next week. And a few showers again left around for us here in the lowlands as we head into Thursday as we get ready to start off the Mariner season. That will be exciting to see here once we head on into that time. Again, spring, it is not too far away. We are now less than 24 hours, really getting closer to less than 12 hours, depending on when you're watching this. 7:46 tomorrow morning is when we officially start the spring season, and I'm sure many of you just already have plans on doing some gardening and some other things. Still going to be some time before it really warms up for us, but we'll definitely have at least a little more sunshine and some drier times as we head on into next week. All right, let's talk about tonight's forecast. We're going to drop those temperatures down into only those low to mid 50s, some upper 40s as you head farther to the north, and then highs tomorrow. Well, they're going to find their way into the mid-50s. They're around Bellingham, Blaine getting up to 57 degrees, and Anacortes reaching 54. South of there, Camano, Coupeville getting closer to around Arlington, 56. Granite Falls hitting 55. We'll see a high 55 in Linwood. Shoreline reaching the mid-50s. To go along with that, Issaquah, Maple Valley down towards Enumclaw and over towards Bremerton. Bainbridge Island reaching a high of 56 degrees. Down this way around Belfair and Tacoma, 57, 56 Belfair for you, 58 in Puyallup, 56 in Tenino. We'll head south of there, and you can see more 50s, upper 50s from Centralia over towards Longview, low 50s as you head towards Ocean Park. And then we have the lower to mid 50s this way across the Olympic Peninsula for your Friday as we officially head into the beginning of spring. And your 7-day forecast shows that we have the drier times after tomorrow. We'll have some wet weather, yes, still yet to come, and we'll have the better chances over parts of King and southern Snohomish County where we do have that convergence zone that will be around. So don't expect it to be a completely dry weekend, but Monday we'll see things fairly dry for a good portion of the day, and then we'll get more active weather, albeit a bit cooler as we head on into the start of next work week for Tuesday and into the middle part of next work week, and possibly a few showers around as the Mariners get ready to open their season next week. All right, everyone. Well, I hope you guys have a great and a tremendous Thursday night. We'll keep you updated on all the latest here on King5.com and King5 Plus. Take care.